Hello, it's day 2. We survived our anchorage and we weighed the anchor. We headed out. It was a 5-hour or so cruise to Charleston, South Carolina. And it was a Saturday. It was...
The first 4 hours were great, just like the previous day. No problem, not tense at all. We just cruised. Then we got close to Charleston, and it's Saturday, and there was a lot of boat traffic. There were a couple of areas where it was a little bit shallow, but we got to Elliott's Cut, which is just before Charleston, and we normally cruise at about 1,200 RPM, which is about 8 knots. I was almost at idle, and we were going 11 knots to Elliott's Cut, and there were 3 boats and about 15 sea-doos coming straight at us, so it was a bit exciting.
And this was approaching a curve. If I could have been just a little bit quicker, I was fooling around trying to get the phone, trying to make sure everything was good, and I just wanted to get a picture or video of something, because had I been driving, I would have been freaking out. Driving, 3 boats coming at you. Here you're caught in the current, and then about 8 sea-doos heading at you. But Martin handled it great, and we arrived at Safe Harbor, Charleston, and he did a fantastic job anchoring. We were on the inside also. We were on a inside slip, and we had a glorious visit while we were there. The coolest thing about it when we arrived was that Bo and Terry were there. So they were waiting at the dock to see us, and they spent a couple of days with us in Charleston, and we did some restaurants.
I can highly recommend Hyman's Seafood in Charleston. That was a great experience all around.
Yes, that was fantastic. And we we went to church, and we have a boat going by. We went to church. We had restaurants.
The church was beautiful. We went to St. John the Baptist Cathedral.
Yes.
And that was a beautiful church, probably built in the 1800s. We did a walking tour.
Yes. Did a walking historical tour in Charleston. So that's it. We'll try and include some pictures and whatnot or whatever. So we survived day 2 of this time. We were at the marina for several days. Good morning. We are sitting here waiting on our shuttle to pick us up, take us to lunch, and then after lunch we're going on a historical walking tour of Charleston. We'll let you know how it goes.
We finished our walking tour. It was quite informative. We found out that George Washington did a nationwide tour and read the Declaration of Independence in many cities, including Charleston. We saw the podium where he read the Declaration of Independence, and afterwards Charleston had a big party where he danced. I forget how many dances they said he danced with, like 400 different ladies over 3 days. It was so memorable to him, he wrote about that in his autobiography. He called it The Party in Charleston, or The Dance in Charleston.
Yeah. We saw where George Washington slept. We saw the country's oldest liquor store and the oldest bank. This bank,
the longest standing. There's been a bank on this corner for over 200 years.
Yeah. And thank you, Andrew. Andrew sent us a little bit of tidbit too about Charleston. Charleston was the first location of the cocktail party. Mrs. Smith decided to invite some friends over and have some drinks, and hence that was the first beginning of cocktail parties in the afternoons. Thanks, Andrew.
Charleston is also the location of the first sinking of a naval vessel by a submarine. The CSS Hunley, which is a Confederate submarine, left Charleston Harbor and sunk the British ship. I don't remember the name of the ship. Unfortunately, the Hunley sank on the way back. It is here. It is in Charleston. They have it as a museum. Unfortunately, it was not open while we were here, so we didn't get to visit it. But Andrew pointed out he never would have believed that a submarine sunk a ship before the first cocktail party.
So we enjoyed our tour a lot, saw a lot of older homes, and learned about the architecture of the houses and why they have a porch. And it was hot and they didn't have air conditioning, so on the first level, the ground level of the porch, they would come in and that's where they would conduct business. Or say, you know, the man did metal work, he'd have a little sign on his house that showed metal. The woman did baking, so they'd have a little sign of a pie. And people would come to the house, they'd conduct their business on the first level. And then the second level would be their outdoor living room. They'd have mosquito netting around all of the porches. Then on the top level, that's where they would sleep. And they built their houses so they could enjoy the breeze off the coast. It was very entertaining.
One of the things I found interesting, they all have dormer windows, and that's their air conditioning system. They open the dormer windows all the way at the top, and then on the first floor, they just crack the bottom windows to let the air flow in. You get a good breeze that way from the chimney effect. But apparently the city smelled terrible due to horse manure and whatever else. So the other invention they had is the window box. They would plant jasmine in a window box below that open window, so you'd get the smell of the jasmine rather than the stench of the city.
So there you have some ideas for landscaping and doing some window boxes in your own home. So we'll talk again soon. Love everybody. So, blessings to you all.
And enjoy your journey.
Love you.